Hello everyone and welcome to a race highlights video. The race in question is going to be a virtual World Drivers' Championship 2100 League race. It's round 11 in Valencia. Rounds 2 to 10 are available on my channel as full race footage from my point of view. So let's take a look at the championship before this race. As you can see, it's a little bit of a two-horse race between Kirb and myself. We vowed to start from the back for the rest of the season, for the second half of the season, and see how we get on doing that. At this race, Little Slugger, who has had difficulties getting to races, he is back for this race, and he's very quick. So we've decided to start the front as usual with Slugger and hopefully have a really good three-way battle. So we'll see how that gets on. As you can see, Kirb has won his last 3 races. In fact, he's won the last 4 races out of 7 that he's not retired from. So I definitely have something to prove. I want to prove that I can win a race where both of us finish, just like I did in China. So, on to the qualifying. Here we go then, get the car slowed down. I think I braked a little bit too early there. Cut the corner as much as possible, but leave the left front just over the white line. Slow it down, trail brake into the apex, tuck it in right behind the Santander sign, and get a really nice run out of the right-hander. Okay, very gently follow the wall around on the right-hand side here and brake at the 100-meter mark. I think I braked a little bit early there, cut the corner as much as possible. Oh, I think I missed a downshift there, didn't quite get it slowed down as much as I'd like to. I guess same again, trail brake into the apex, get the front end tucked in and accelerate out towards the wall. Now we just follow the wall around until around about this DHL sign and start drifting out. Straight down the middle of the track and brake just before the DHL sign on the right.
Party.
Cut the corner as much as possible, leave the left front just on the curb so that we don't get the corner cutting. Again, cut the corner as much as possible. Get the car as far left as possible. Get a really nice run out of this corner. I didn't get that
PB in qualifying.
quite as nice as I would have wanted to. Jay there getting a PB during qualifying. So we're going to brake at the TV on the left, top left there. Get it turned in. Not sure what happened there. I think I locked up the fronts a little bit. Full speed round here. Take a nice wide line through the first apex. Open the DRS as early. Oh, I didn't open the DRS. Okay, that could have been a little bit quicker. So we're going to get the car tucked in. Brake nice and early. Wasn't the greatest sector 3 I've ever done, but we're going to be across the line for a 1:37.7, which will get me first place. As you can see from the qualifying results here, I started on the primes with a 37.7. Both Kirb and Slugger struggling on the option tyres with 38 and a 39. Lord P and Pseudonym with I think their best qualifying results of the season so far, 4th and 5th. I could be wrong, don't hold me to that. Jay and Cornford really struggling, Insane and Carlton. I don't think they practiced much at all for this race. I think we spent most of the time playing Minecraft. So here we go.
We're predicting for today's race.
We're on the grid. Starting ahead of Kirb and Slugger. 5 lights. And we're off. Straight up to Rich Mix. Use about half the cars. Just a little bit less than half the cars. Looks like Kirb's got a really good start there on the option tyres. Going to go around the outside of me around the first corner. I'll brake nice and early, give him the space. I think I got a slight tap there from behind, but that's fine. Didn't manage to avoid Kirb. Tried to get the cut back, but he blocked it off and then switched across to the right hand side and ended up driving straight to the back of him. Got a little nudge again there from Slugger. At this point we've lost 1 position. I'm just going to follow Kirb around and hopefully stay within 1 second to get the DRS on lap 3. Very nice and early, get it turned in. Looks like he's gotten a little bit deep there. I might be able to get a run onto him down this. Oh, not if I do that. Straight into the wall. I've taken myself out there with the bugs in this game. Kirb's gone very deep again. It looks like I might definitely have a run onto it down into the next corner. Going to use a slipstream, flick out to the right, and we're past already. He's going to tuck into the slipstream, try and get me back. I don't think it's going to happen. He's going to brake. Get the car slowed. Oh, a little nudge from him there. That was unfortunate. Can assume that was netcode. Struggling to get the car turned in on these prime tyres with the heavy fuel weight. Okay, at this point, it looks like we've got a huge gap. I don't know what happened there. We took at the top left, Kirb has disappeared. It's now Slugger in second and Pseudonym in third, up from fifth. That's a very good start from him. Looks like Kirb maybe had an issue after hitting me or something around those few corners. Maybe spun the car out. I'm not entirely sure. With the benefit of hindsight, I can tell you that I don't know what happened. So, we're leading the lap 1. 49.4. No idea whether that's a good time or not. We'll be aiming for I think 38 during the race, fastest lap.
Ah, fuck.
Oh,
Ah.
sounds like Little Slugger's having some issues there. Still shows him in second. Oh, he's disappeared now that the splits have gone away. He must have outbraked himself down into turn 1 and had to go into the runoff area. So Pseudo up to second from fifth. That's a very good start from him. Kirb down 1 place from second to third. Went very deep into that corner. It's not like me at all. So with the first lap done, skipping ahead a few laps to lap 5. Cut that corner. Yep, there we go. Warning. Well, it's only a warning. Who cares? So slower lap than the previous lap. I'm down to 1:43 now. It looks like I'm finding a consistent pace. If we look at the mini-map, we can see that I am nowhere near anyone. Pseudo is 8 seconds behind me, as the split was very temporarily short. I'm very deep into that corner. I don't know why I think I remember struggling on the primes on this circuit. But there's very clear battles forming. I'm out in the lead. Sorry about that. I'm out in the lead, and then we have Pseudo and Kirb having a little bit of a battle. I think they're battling more in the splits. They're 2.6 seconds apart there. And then we have, I believe it's Slugger and Lord P behind them, just about to enter the bridge. And then Conford, J, Insane, and can't remember. Carton, yes. So it looks like they're having a nice battle towards the back. So, going up to complete sector 2. Let's see if this lap's going to be a new best. It looks like it will be. It's purple. 1/10 up on my previous lap. I'll have to see how the final sector goes. See whether I'm able to take purple lap. What I can tell you is that almost every lap in the first stint that I did on these prime tyres, I was setting purple times. Almost every lap. Which is nice. It puts some pressure on the other people. And oh wow! I gained 6/10 on my previous lap there, almost with a 42. Oh, there we go. Got 42. A couple of laps later on lap 8. As I say, I was getting purple laps every lap throughout this stint of the race. Fortunately, it's not the most interesting race.
If I touched you, sorry.
For me anyway. Spent most of the time out in front, and then as you'll see there was a few things that happened once I caught up to people, but other than that it was a fairly uninteresting race. Just driving my own race. It's actually a track I really like, and I think the way that it's set up, it's really good for battling with other cars. There's so many opportunities to cut back and to pick your own lines, defend. So many opportunities to overtake. It's a very nice track in my opinion, but unfortunately Kirb didn't manage to practice much for this race, so it looks like I'm just going to lead off into the distance. Yep, another purple sector 2. Gee, it looks like we'll just be able to sneak a 141 with this lap. 141.9 high. Very nice round there. Cut the corner as much as possible. Brake nice and early, since we don't want to lock up and end up in the runoff. Cut that as much as possible. I'm not sure my right front went over there. I think that's an unfair corner cut warning. There we go, 41.8. Yet another purple lap. Here we go now. skipping ahead another couple of laps to lap 11. Looks like we have a car in front of me. Coming up to lap someone. Not entirely sure who that is. We'll find out soon enough. I think it looks like a Marusha. Since Kirb is in second place, I'm going to guess that's Little Slugger. From being in second place on lap 2, I think he's had some issues and he's all the way back down in 9th place. Or a whole lap behind. So, let's see if I can catch him. He is very quick. Both him and Kirb are very quick in a Marusha car. See if I can catch him and lap him before I pit somewhere towards, I think, lap 17, 16, 17 for the option tyres. Oh, locked up there a bit. I think I managed to get it slowed down. Yeah, trail brake around the apex and managed to get the nose pointing down the straight. It cost me a new purple time. It's unfortunate. Not that it really matters. As you can see, my style of driving, I do like to cut corners as much as possible. Unfortunately, that's the price I paid for it.
Looks like the stewards have awarded you a time penalty.
Got a penalty for repeated corner cutting. 10 seconds added onto my time. As you can see, I'm 20 seconds ahead. That's not a penalty.
The gap to the car behind by a few seconds.
Ooh, I think you'll find it was a penalty. Me. So, I now have a 10-second gap to Kirb behind after penalties are applied. So I don't really have too much to worry about, since I also have the option tyres and the rich stint to run at the end of the race, where I should be able to pull out a significant gap. At this point, I think I've lost a little bit of concentration, a little bit annoyed in the heat of the moment about getting the penalty. So, I'm not going to be seeing any more purples for a good few laps, I would imagine. There we go, locking up into that, going far too deep into the corner. Really just lost a little bit the concentration I had. I think the penalty knocked me out, so there we go. Again, signs of losing concentration, just making mistakes I wouldn't otherwise have made. Yeah, frustration can get the better of you during a race, but you try not to let it. Brake very early for that corner, locked up and still. Oh, another penalty there. I'm not entirely sure that my right front went over the curb there, but if the game thinks I cut the corner, then I suppose I have to accept it. Oh, I'm really getting frustrated at this point. You can tell from just the amount of mistakes I'm making. You know, maybe my hands are shaking on the control, maybe I'm just not focused and I'm thinking about the penalties too much. At this point in the race, I'm thinking to myself, I need to get back into the zone. Need to calm down, because I have a 25-second buffer to second place. It's now suited him. Looks like he's overtaken Kirb. Oh, looks like Lord P's up into third. It's a brilliant position for Lord P to be in. Not sure what happened to Kirb. Think he may have pitted. But I have 20 seconds worth of penalties, and I am 25 seconds ahead of second place. So it doesn't bode well.
Oh, sorry, man. You braked a little early on me.
Oh, little slugger there. Apparently having some issues. Looks like I'm catching up to someone again. I believe that I am catching up to Little Slugger at the moment. We caught him earlier, but he was very quick. I think he had some fresh tyres on, and he was able to drive away from me, which was I think a little bit frustrating. But nevertheless, we've caught him back up, and I think we've lapped Carlton down in 9th. He used a car behind me on the mini-map. I think that you heard Little Slugger earlier apologising to Carl. I think he accidentally rounded him off in a braking zone. So that's unfortunate for Carlton, but that's his game. It happens. The netcode is awful. So we're going to see whether we can catch a Little Slugger and pass him before we have to pit for the option tyres, which should be around laps 16, 17. Oh, he's run very wide there. He's probably had to suffer some engine braking. Sorry, not engine braking, it's auto braking. Getting my terminology confused there. He's gone wide again. He's going to be very slow down here, and I'm going to get past him. Yep, surrendered the position under the blue flags. So, with that little slugger, we do know that he's very quick, and he'll probably cling on to us for the next few laps, make it very difficult for us to pull away on fresher tyres than us. Since you saw when we passed him, he was on prime tyres, he started on the options. So, we'll skip ahead a few laps from lap to the end of that lap, actually. You can see, he's still right behind me. I pulled out another 3 seconds on Sweden in second place. It's probably due to the focus that I have, trying to keep the little slugger behind me. I'm not fighting for position. I have lapped him, but he is quicker than me at this stage of the race. It's frustrating for both me and him, because I would quite like to not have to worry about the back marker, and he would quite like to be driving as quick as possible. Looks like he's gone very deep into that corner, might give us an opportunity to get out of the DRS and pull away. So, Lord P is in second place, plus 37 seconds. I can tell you that everyone behind me has now fitted for new tyres. So, that position will, that gap will change at the end of this lap. Go down to around 10 seconds, I believe. Oh, 20 seconds, sorry. I've screwed that up, gone very deep into the braking zone. There. That touched the wall there. That's not how I like to drive. This little slugger is right behind me now, but he's close enough to attempt to pass. Oh, great! Far too late there, around this failed. To avoid the barrier, I've had to turn left, wheel spin, get the back end round, come back onto the track. Carlton here in front of me. Should surrender the position, I think. Yep, round this corner, he'll pull to the right, and then let me pass. Brilliant. Brilliant driving there from Carlton.
I felt pretty bad.
That's alright, I was 35 seconds ahead.
I thought that was Little Slugger, not you, Chris, didn't I?
We get little bragging, never hurt anyone. Although to be fair, I was only 25 seconds ahead. I got 20 seconds of penalties.
Ooh.
See, the race is all but won at this point, but in heat at the moment, I'm struggling to figure out what's going on with the split times, pit stops and penalties. So I feel a little bit under pressure to pull out a gap. But we now have the option tyres on, we've got the engine dialed up to ridge. The rest of the race, 15, so we can try to carry full potential, and now that we've been into the pits, we can really concentrate.
Let me get a safety car, come on.
Little slugger there, didn't look like he had a front wing. I think he had an issue. Oh yeah, I think Lord P behind me there. 11 seconds. Skipping ahead a few laps. Everyone has done their pit stops now. The net positions are me in first. Pseudonym is behind me in second place, up from 5th starting position. It's good for him. Kirb is down 1 position in 3rd. I think those two are fighting and will be fighting until the end of the race. You can see on the minimap there who's crossing the line right together. Pseudonym 17.5 seconds behind me, and Kirb 1.5 behind him. And we had Lord P in 4th position. I think that'd be his best finishing position of the season. Very good drive from him. Looks
Damn
like
it, put the wrong tyres on.
Maybe it won't be a great finishing position for him then. It looks like he's accidentally put the same tyres on. We'll have to pit again to the alternate set, as per the rules. We'll lose him a lot of time. As I was about to say though, looks like I'm back in the groove, got my concentration back, no cars around me, got the fresher tyres on, got the grippier tyres on, got the engine dialed up to ridge, thrashing every single lap to try and get purple as often as possible. I do like it when the purple pops up in the middle of the screen for everyone in the race, saying Zephyr has the quickest lap. It's a very good feeling. As you can see that, in 1 lap I pulled out almost a second and a half from Pseudonym. Up from 17.4 to 18.7, the gap. In just 2 sectors. Yep, new purple with 139.8. Skipping ahead 4 laps now. Must have had a very uninteresting period of time there. 25 laps from the end. Pulled the gap to pseudonym 21.8 now. That puts us safe. We have 20 seconds worth of penalties, which means we are 1.8 seconds ahead of him, which is very close. At this point in the race I need to make no mistakes, and I need to drive to the end of the line, keeping the gap above 20 seconds. That's all I have to do right now. As you'll notice as we finish out these highlights, I am avoiding the apexes as much as possible. I'm trying to take a much wider line around corners, as you see there. About a full car's width to the right of where I would usually have taken that apex. Purely because now that I have 2 penalties, if I corner cut again, the game will instantly just give me another penalty. That's how it works, unfortunately. And I do not want to get dragged back down into 3rd place, because if I get one more penalty, Pseudonym and Kirb will pass me. Cut the corner there a bit, got a warning thankfully. I think that was a bit of a heart in the mouth moment. Did set a new fastest lap though, for 139.7. I believe that might have been my fastest lap of the race. Usually I would be aiming for a 138, but as I'm having to avoid apexes, I don't get another penalty. I think I'm losing maybe half a second around this track. Maybe not that much. It's a rough guess. I am now, as you can see, 26.2 seconds ahead. So I have a good 6.2 second gap to pseudonym after my penalties have been applied. At this point, I'm not too bothered about making small mistakes, but I do have to remain consistent. As you can see on the tracks, no one anywhere near in front of me, no one anywhere near behind me. No one to distract me the next 3 laps before the end of the race.
26 seconds to the car behind.
Only extended the gap by 0.1 there to pseudonym in that sector.
Sorry.
Looks like Kirb is no longer fighting with pseudonym. He's almost 6 seconds behind there. It's probably disappointing for him, as he would love to. I know that he would love to have got second, decrease my points gain on him. As it stands at the moment, I am 10 points behind in the championship. If I win this race and he is 3rd, I would become 6 points behind. However, if he was able to pass pseudonym, I would only be 8 points behind, so I would only close the gap by 2. And that's something that Kirb would definitely like to do. However, as we cross the line for a 139.3, new fastest lap, which I believe is my fastest lap. 141. Must have had a mistake on that lap. We're now on to the final lap of the race. Very gently bring it round and across the line. As you can see, we have a 31 second gap to pseudonym now. So at this point we're saying even if we would have got a 3rd penalty, it wouldn't have mattered, because we would still be winning the race after 30 seconds of penalties. Which is a shame after the excitement of the China race earlier in the season, where me and Kirb were fighting for 19 laps of the race. It's a little bit disappointing to be winning the race by this margin. You see that, it quickly flashed up in the top right. I was purple in sector 1, so it is still possible I can get a fastest lap on the last lap of the race. Always the best time to do it. The tyres are slightly warm, however. There's much less fuel in the car. Taking a nice line around there, get the front end tucked in on the power nice and early, taking that quite nice. Use the green floor on the left, nice tight line, point the car towards the TV, turn in and brake. Here we go, still purple, could still happen. Taking a nice line through here, doesn't look like we've lost any speed. A few more laps, we may have lapped someone else. I'm not sure who that is just crossing the line, but could have happened. No cars to use then. Drive straight towards the line. Maybe cut the green bit. And we didn't get a faster lap. So, lap I think it was 26, 27, got a 139.3, fastest lap on the option tyres at the end of the race. Finished the race a whole 35 seconds ahead of Pseudonym, 20 seconds worth of penalties applied, that's 15 seconds ahead. So this result will push me to within 6 points of Kirb in the championship. Great result there from Pseudonym, his best result of the season, as well as Lord P's best result of the season, equaling his 4th in Great Britain. However, there were much more people in this race than there were in Great Britain, with only 6 people finishing that race. The next race will be Belgium on the 24th of August. Check me out on Twitter at Dunn-Birch. Thank you for watching.